Hello, my fellow pocket survivor. This is the Info Fox Got Gear channel, and today is like the most requested item. Then in my channel to ask, well, not my YouTube channel, more mainly in Twitter and in Instagram, been asking me to review this, but I screenshot and posted it of buying this. So here we got the PMG gas mask. I've been waiting for this thing for quite a while. It took a month already to ship it in. So note to self, if you ever buy gas masks like this on Etsy.com, it's quite worth it. It's pretty good. It just doesn't come with the bag or the filter, but all I care about is the gas mask because I have better places to store this thing. So I recently bought 2 gas masks. So that's the ones that's so for I can give it to my brother because it's probably like he likes Half-Life, so this thing reminds him of Half-Life, and so that's why I got 2 of it. So I mean, so today we have the PMG gas mask we're reviewing today, and there's a lot of things to talk about this thing actually for beginning with. But first of all, let's talk about the history before we get on to the information and how it works. So this gas mask was produced in the 1970s, so it's a 1970 item that is served in the Soviet USSR Union. So the gas mask was mainly for use few things. It was used for an operator and tankers, and maybe if I'm right, I don't know if I'm wrong, but it's mainly used for snipers too until the the SMH was invented, so that's why it kind of ditched the PMG. But the PMG, in my opinion, looks good, awfully stylish, good. It even reminds me of Half-Life, like I said too many times. But again, so the what it's been used, it was produced in the 1970s, but the age of the gas mask I recently bought was the size 3, and it was made in 1978. So it's a 70s mask, but close to 80s, but recently produced. So it's well-made, produced gas mask. In my opinion, it's really nice and fundamental making gas mask, but it kind of has a downside of it, but it could be a lot. So the way it goes is these gas masks take 40 gauge filters. Nothing else fancy, but it takes 40 gauge. Now I did found out in Weapon the Stuff channel that he proved that not proved it, but showed that you can shove a NATO filter inside these things. The screw-on. The screw-on's in the side of filter. The only filter I know that 100% tried on was Shalon's 40 NATO Israeli filter that goes on it. So I kind of knew, I kind of assumed that yeah, it does work. So the PMG gas mask is finally here in my hands. I didn't buy the I didn't buy the GP5 or not the GP5. I don't know what you call it, but the PMG2 gas mask was on my next list, but then I kind of realized there's no point of it. It's the same trick as the GP5, but it's black, or it can be in the same color as this, and it's just a voice diaphragm. So I kind of nay it. So maybe you guys can request the item, but it's gonna happen later in the year where I'm fully done with the Soviet gas mask series. This is episode 1 of season 2, and we're reviewing the GP5, which is a lot of features of this thing. For one point, you guys are mainly asking what's the voice diaphragm going to look like. So it's a metal cylinder thing. You can screw it off easily. Not very easily, but it's screw in. And as you can see, it just came off like that. But it comes with a few things, if the rubber can come out. Yeah, it won't come out. But there's rubber there that you can actually stick in there. It's a little white rubber I'm sticking on my thumb. That's what it comes out, but again, it doesn't. This is the one thing that kind of scares me about the gas mask, is that this thing is a plastic voice diaphragm, because it's plastic supposed to like make rumbling, bending, or like that. But something tells me someone took care of this thing well good at that thing. But not too well, because right here looks like someone left it out in the sunlight, and now it got a little orange tang in there. This one doesn't have it because it's completely white, but this one has that kind of tangy, burnt thing. But anyways, not to be worried. So this is what really is the most big thing about the voice diaphragm. So like, it's plastic. It kind of scares me because when I took it out of the voice diaphragm and took a close look at it, it easily comes off. So I don't. Does it really create a good voice diaphragm? Probably yes or no. We haven't found out yet until we had this mask for a very long time. Just for the meantime, let's just safely put it in the back of the voice diaphragm and don't touch it until we need to clean this gas mask out. So, hold on, I'm gonna pause it here so I can get a better view of this. Sorry about that, guys. Some technical difficulties and stuff. So, I've already showed you guys the voice diaphragm. Now the out valve is pretty good actually. I liked it better than the PMG, the out valve. Now this gas mask was uncomfortable when I first tried it, but like I learned from gas mask pass, once you stretch the headwear too much to stretch it a little bit far, you might actually have a good comfortable grip in that. Because that's how I did it with the GP5. But anyways, so the voice diaphragm is pretty secured, like it's really secured, because when it gets wet, it stills, make an airtight seal. So when I tested it, it works. Now, what I've recently known that weapon and stuff, like I said, he actually showed that the Israeli filters can fit on this PMG gas mask, but only Israeli 40 NATO filters. But anyways, this thing originally takes Gus filter. That's why I have a Chinese TF1 attached to it, and it's a Chinese TF1 because you can tell it's written Chinese, and even the seller named the title of the filter, and the wrapper said the Chinese TF1. So I got excited because it's the safest filters on the list for when it comes to screwing on Warsack pack filters. There is a image and everything that has a whole entire list of the gas mask filters. I'll probably post that in my Instagram or Twitter so you can guys take a look at it. What's safe and what's not safe. But what I know for sure is that the Russian Soviet gas mask is not the safest filter to put on a Russian gas mask because it contains asbestos. I know a girl who used this. She wears it for fashion. I'm not gonna say her name or mention about information about her, but what happened is she recently posted a picture of her wearing a green Soviet gas mask. I mean, it was Israeli, but she had literally attached a Soviet gas mask on it. And recently, what happened is that I told her that she's like, "Don't you realize it has asbestos in the gas mask filter?" And she's all fine with it. So I'm not gonna argue. It's what people have their own opinions, but my reason is, if you ever receive a green gas mask filter that's made in Russian, don't wear it because it has a containing asbestos. If anything, you should buy from eBay the Chinese TF1 filter, or look up online on some of those websites. They're written in Chinese, but they have American pricing tag in it, and it gives you option how to buy it. But it's pretty good because their TF1 filter is quite a lot safe. In fact, China has make their own duplicate of Russian gas mask, but I don't think the Chinese have made one of these yet. But I know for sure this is a real Soviet because it took us a month. It was shipped from Russia, but quite good shipping. So if you're the seller who sold me this on Etsy.com, you sold me a really great gas mask to wear, and it really looks cool, retro from the Half-Life. So okay, so another feature that we're also going to mention about, it has the straps so when you can air out your head. Not fully, but if you have hair and you know that some of the gas masks are not compatible with long hair people, don't worry, you've been saved. This is the straps. Some people say this is to hold on your gas mask, but bull crap. I don't think you can. I think this is just for, you can, but this is just for your hair stick out. When I put it on, my hair looks so spiky. It looks like Dr. Robotnik's hair, so I laugh my face. The ear piecing is the most comfortable part. It's like it's really comfortable compared to the GP5. The GP5 is about this size of this. It's like to here is about this size of his ear piecing, but the PMG is quite comfortable ear piecing. The filter itself is safe and everything. I described that. It comes with a buckle, so that way it wraps around the back of your neck. Then it hooks on to this little hook right here. My freaking phone stopped focusing. Not my phone, my camera. I'm about to say, jeez. See, I had a rough day. So you hook it up on here, and then you strap it in your neck, your neck is fully secured, so that way it can push your mask towards your face really good. But I haven't used that. So the Russian PMG was a really good gas mask for the tankers and operators. For snipers, I think they kind of invented a SMH gas mask, so for specifically for snipers. It is one of the creepiest gas masks on the market too, so that's why I'm pointing towards to. I was about to buy a black SMH, but it's been sold, so I kind of been mad about it. So better look next time. So this thing is a lot special to me because it's comfortable. Well, not quite too comfortable because I just bought this and I gotta stretch the rubber out a little bit too so I can fit in my head pretty good. But the sighting of these things, I kind of test them out with this toy AK-47. I mean, it's not a toy; it's airsoft. But I tested out because the iron sights is actually duplicate as a real AK-47. And it's not the civilian model of the iron sights, because civilian models are kind of a lot different than the Russian and the Roman. But anyways, the gas mask itself is pretty decent. I show you what it guys looks like on the inside, and maybe I can't get a good view. I'll have to pause the video and show you guys what it looks like. So that's what it looks like in the inside of the gas mask. So your eyesight's are a lot more different than GP5, because the GP5 eyesights kind of were uncomfortable, but then they kind of got used to the thing. Now the in valve, the voice diaphragm, I would say, it's a lot more different than the SMH. And here you got in the bottom, I'm gonna dark the shadows, really can't really see much of it. So this is what the out valve looks like, so it comes down, and then right here is where air comes in. So your filterized air that comes this way, and this is where, well, I think it comes through this way, but it has a little thing, so I think it comes this way too. So this is like the most special gas mask. It quite may look really weird and look uncomfortable to you guys, but really it is comfortable. Now the one problem about the PMG gas mask is the nose sighting is really not that great, because my nose is right here, but it's supposed to be right here, so I try to angle it, but it gets more painful when I try to push it downwards. So instead, the gas mask refused and just moved on and let me try to put it right here in my nose. So anyways, so I mean, that's what the thing is. The two eyesights are quite good because they don't bend like that. It's like once you fully put them on, they'll really look straight and look like a alignment. But the glass and everything, there's no anti-frog in it. When I bought the GP5, the seller made a mistake, but I didn't say nothing. But he already automatically had an anti-frog in the GP5 gas mask, so that's why that he gave me two frog little lenses. But anyways, so that's what it looks like from the inside. Now from the GP5 gas mask, I recently tried it on once I cleaned it out. That's one thing you guys should do is as soon as you receive a gas mask like this, straight from the packaging, clean it out, because your gas mask seller always puts a little powder in there that goes in the gas mask, so it keeps the rubber fresh, or they put that vegetable or the little vegetable sting liquid to keep the rubber also running. And what I've recently heard is the powder inside the gas mask is not safe at all. It's almost not as worse than asbestos, but it is a chance of lung cancer or lung damage. And the powder also goes in your eyes too, so it might ruin your eyesight. And what I recommend is once you take the gas mask off the packaging, clean it right away. Don't put it on, because I've recently seen kids online like just unbox their GP5 and they put it on and then their eyes burn or they don't say nothing, but they suffer the pain. And what really happened is that you don't clean your gas mask because there's the powder on your gas mask. I don't see none. Probably a little right there, so I have to re-clean it. But this is my second copy, so in case this thing goes wrong, then this is my backup one. But it can chance of lung cancer, but that's all I gotta say. Another thing is if you do ever buy these on eBay or any websites, and they come with the green gas mask filter, ditch the filter. Like, I mean, don't throw it or anything like that. Just, if you really like it, put it on your shelf and re-seal it up. But the filter itself, like I said, it contains asbestos. So asbestos is not the thing you want to joke around or put it on or be cool about. Because I know the filter looks stylish from you stylish people who wear gas masks, but the filter is not a great filter to wear on and inhaling, because once you get asbestos in your lungs, they might build and build, and lung cancer starts to get in, and then that's where you're screwed. And then that's why some people in YouTube told you before, don't use the asbestos gas mask filter. Now, what I have here is not a brush and gas mask, but what it is to be said is that it's a Chinese TF1 gas mask filter, like I said too many times in my other videos. This filter is safe because it's on the list of top safe filters to wear in your gas mask, and this one fits perfectly in a PMG. So if it can screw on the PMG, it can also screw on the GP5. And if you guys don't believe me, I'll pause it right here so I can take this gas mask filter, or I can just, oh no, I can take it off like that. So this is a gust screw in, and to show you guys that it can screw in, if you recently seen my videos, they can screw in the GP5. So not only that, the GP5 is also compatible with the filter. I can recently screw it in there. Oh crap, see, that's the one thing that the filter has a disadvantage. It's not really screw hole tight. And then once you screw it in, should probably be getting tight here, and then it works perfectly on a GP5. This is one of my first gas masks in my life to receive. In there, I was about to buy an Israeli, but the Israeli probably not the best baby steps. But this here is the PMG. If you guys want to know, I'll give you a link description about this video, the video I made about this thing, or you can look it up on my YouTube channel. It's I did a lot of things with it. I went underwater with it, and I'm about to combat train. I mean, not train, but be in a combat situation with this thing. So if like we'll survive like dirt, jumping up high, jumping down high stuff, and not only that, is it good for endurance? Like when you run so much, can you catch your breath on it? So that will all be tested on this GP5. But not only that, the big story is the PMG. The PMG has my big interest. I recently heard and see a lot of people wear this before, and it looks a lot cool, so I bought it, and it looks comfortable. I tried it on. Well, if you first own your own first rubber gas mask, you're obviously going to complain that it's uncomfortable. So that doesn't mean you should give up your gas mask sake because it's painful and it doesn't fit on you right. It just means keep putting it on, and you might stretch your gas mask. This one fits perfectly, but for being said is that you have to wear it a bunch of times and stretch the rubber until it really gets in there real good, and then your head doesn't feel no pain. It fits in like a glove, but these don't fit like a glove. They actually are sturdy gas masks. So when they're sturdy, that means they're hard to put on, but create a good airtight seal. So I got the voice diaphragm information. I got the out valve, the in valve, the inside, the eye sighting. You can use a sniper scope or AKs or anything you want to use because it's a military gas mask. This gas mask is military. This is a civilian model. So that's why everything gets confusing for other people. Or some people just unpurposely think it is. It is a meme gas mask, like Slavs people. They do squats and everything, but no. In my opinion, this gas mask is probably, if anything, if I had to wear this gas mask in public because something's bad happening between this and this, I think prefer this because as a voice diaphragm, the filter's back, and then it's quite. And this one is probably my backup one, so in case I'm not allowed to do, I can just have this one. But what the law says, then that you can't wear a mask unless you can tell the officer the reason why you have it. Then, and if it's a gas mask, and then they're probably gonna obviously know because it's African dust season, so most law enforcement are now informed that most people are wearing medical masks and probably those construction masks. I just recently looked up information about the African dust, and people in people in other states were wearing masks and medical and gas mask to protect themselves. But these gas masks are really good for protecting stuff like that. But I can't walk in public with this thing because I don't want to get arrested or accused or nothing, because it could scare people and then cause a lot of trouble. I mean, especially if I have the SMH, then yeah. But anyways, the PMG, love it, like the looks. It reminds me Half-Life, and pretty much it's a retro gas mask because it's a 1970s, and this one is a size 3, but it's produced in 1978. This one is produced in 1976. If you guys can clearly see it. My freaking blinder won't stop acting up. Oh no, wait, that's 1978. This is 19 what? 19 what? Yeah, 1976. So in 76, 80. No, 78. 76. So they're both same. About two. They're both are it's practically same models. I could see the difference between the metals. This one's more damaged a little because I can see the coloring changes. This one's quite my thing because it's clean and it's quite good and I like it. So, and it has everything what I need in it. So if anything, if I was surviving the world with this gas mask, between this or the M10 Israeli gas mask. And the difference of Israeli gas masks is that the filter takes 40 NATO, and 40 NATO filters are quite convenient to find online. It can even be cheaper with shipping included. Still be cheap, versus the Russian gas masks where they sell you Russian filters, but they lie to say it's active charcoal only, but it's a lie. Where I think they scam you saying it does have asbestos, because if it didn't, then you'll receive a gas mask filter that looks like it's been opened. But anything. So smash that like, put our thumbs up on the video, subscribe my channel, and then smash that ringtone bell for more notifications for this video. And like I said, in our next video we're going to be testing this gas mask out, see if it's actually works. So if I put a filter and if I spray between, if I can get garlic on the stuff, but mainly I'm gonna be using air freshener because I really don't want to get the time to get all that garlic and stuff and then go to troubles remembering putting it up. So we're gonna test it out with chemicals. Obviously this thing is a steam and mist and dust filter, so it's meant to survive like Febreze, but anything like that. So concludes my video, and catch you guys later. And be sure to check out the rest of my videos about the GP5, because that's the most videos I recently made, because my next one's got to be SMH and the Israeli gas mask. But other than that, everything's going to be fine. So catch you guys later.